This is the podcast, not an interview. This is a conversation. No gimmicks, just reasons. 84 reasons. Come holler at me. What up, my good people? I am being true. This is 84 Reasons. No games, no gimmicks, just reasons. Anytime I get a guest on, like my next guest, I have to taper this thing because I'm very, very biased when it comes to the tight end position because it is the best position on the field. Do not at me. It is. Tight ends are asked to do everything. They let block, catch, do everything, let us throw the football. But my next guest, we're trying to get him on. We're talking about my next guest, Keon Zipperer. I call him double ER. The man got 2 ERs in his last name. From Lakeland, Florida, the great Keon Zipperer. What's going on with you there, Keon?
What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Keon, man, I got to get right to it, man. What the hell y'all doing in Lakeland? Like, where are this talent? Because people hear Lakeland, they think it's this big, gigantic city, and it's not, right? But y'all got talent everywhere. Where does all this talent come from, man? What y'all doing down there in Lakeland, man?
I mean, it ain't really that specific that we doing. It's just I feel like all the good players go to the same school, and a lot of them get recognized by their young because that's where all the older guys go, and all the colleges go through one school. So that's where I feel like all of that come from.
How is it though growing up in Lakeland when you seeing guys going to the pros, big time schools every single year? Is Pop Warner like, is it real competitive when y'all young? Because even though y'all 7, 8 years old, they're already saying that's going to be the next one when they go to middle school and high school.
Yeah, it's real. You could tell because Pop Warner is not really a lot of Pop Warner teams, so it's like 3 or 4. So everybody get to play everybody, and it's like everybody wanna. It's kind of hard not to have a good team because it's not so many teams. It's only not too many of them, so all the good players just spread out and go to different teams, and then that go your competition right there.
I mean, most of the time when y'all boys go to college, most guys just want to see guys they played against. Y'all saying, "Oh, I played with him," or "I played with him." I believe it's a guy from Florida on every college team. Y'all boys, yes, I'm from Georgia, but I can admit the best college football coming out of Florida. I can admit that. It's hard for me to admit that, but I can admit that. But how much better does it make you as a player knowing, look, dude, the best talent I ever seen is coming from my city?
I mean, it really just make me feel. To me, it's make you feel good because you feel like some of the best is here where you at, and then see that and see when people strive and do great things and make you feel like you can do it too because it's like y'all all from the same state, and there's nothing really that you can't do seeing it.
I mean, was it? I mean, I know we gonna get into you already going from the youngest face in the room to already a veteran leader. Was it always Florida for you though? Was it all? I know everybody wanted you, but you say, I mean, I'm gonna go to Florida, but I'm gonna take all these visits.
Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, I knew I was going to Florida, so I was just took my mama on all the visits, and so I wasn't trying to go away from home. That was my biggest thing.
Now, Zip, man, I mean, you are already a senior, man. People, for people who don't know, it goes by really, really fast. I remember when it was Kyle Pitts, Kenmore Gamble, Jonathan Obram, Clifford Taylor, Nick Elksness, Lucas Kroll. I mean, y'all had tight ends everywhere. Now, Nick transferred, Lucas transferred, Kenmore transferred. Clifford is probably one of the best walk-on stories you ever gonna see when you're talking about what he's doing now. But man, you and Jay Odom and Dante Xander, y'all boys are veterans. How crazy it to go from a guy who's asking questions to a guy being asked questions now by them young boys?
Yeah, when I was young, I never really understood when they was telling me how it's gonna go fast, so you better get right while you're young, because it go quick. I'll be telling the freshmen now, when they just came in, I'm like, man, it's gonna go quick. It go super quick, so you better take advantage while you can, because it go fast. Before you know it, you're gonna be on your last year or two.
I mean, college is so crazy because even though, you got class, it's like football, it take up so much of your time. You go from people yelling, Keon, to now now Coach Callaway saying, Zip, man, get them young boys right. Because he knows you done seen, forget the football side of it. You done seen so much turnover at the tight end position, turnover at the head coach position, turnover at the coordinator's position. You've been through a global pandemic to where ain't nobody, you done about seen it all. NIL. Boy, you could write a book, but yeah, man, my time in Florida, bro, I went through it all. But people always think that players don't stay at the school because they're not playing, but sometimes it's just not enough slots. I mean, ain't but 2 tight ends gonna play, and y'all had a room full of great ones. What made Keon know, hey, man, I don't care who come through here, I don't care who come, who stay, I'm gonna be here to the end?
I mean, that's really my mindset. You feel me? I feel like I can outwork anybody that come in the building, like, and I'm find my way on the field. So that's to me, it's a mindset thing. It's more than a physical thing because I feel like I got all the attributes to do it. I just gotta make myself do it.
Man, I go back to Florida, Georgia, 2020. Kyle Pitts gets hurt, and you and Gamble, y'all just start going off. I said, listen, they better do something with him. They better. I mean, for those who don't understand how big of a game Florida, Georgia is, and to be called it, yes, you expect to play, but not because Kyle Pitts got hurt. But you came in and you was ready. Like, was you on the, when you saw Kyle get, like, he ain't come back and like, hey, yo, Keon, what? I know you just growing hair on your face. You got to go in there, and you got to play significant. It's one thing to go in, but how much did that boost your confidence knowing, look, man, they asking me to come in and ask to play some quality minutes to make and really throwing me the rock out there?
I mean, like, at first it's like I don't know what kind of, I can't really explain the feeling because it's like one of the biggest games going on. But like after I made a couple plays, you feel me, got my confidence, it started to feel normal. Like, it's just all, to me, it's all about confidence. Once you get your confidence, you good.
How much better are you mentally? Because like I mentioned the coaching changes at the head coach position coach change. How much better are you knowing that, man, I can adjust to anything? Because people don't talk about this, but new coach means a new offense, a new way of a new scheme. Everybody don't fit the scheme. It ain't you fit, whether it's Dan Muller, whether it's Billy Napier, Coach talk about being able to have a skill set to say, man, any offense y'all want to run, man, I'm built for it.
Like, when I'm back on the mindset thing, it's all about a mindset. Some people like was talking about leaving when the new coaches changed, but me, yeah, I was just like, it's pros and cons. Like, if you leave, I still got to learn to hold on the offense. So it's no different from staying. Like, I still got to learn on the offense. So me I can't run from problems because it's still gonna be problems. You get what I'm saying?
True indeed. I mean, y'all boys living in life now. I mean, listen. People say, man, I heard Keon Zipperer in class telling one of his teammates, I'm gonna meet you at the hot tub. I'm gonna see you at the hot tub in like 20 minutes. Because y'all boys got hot tubs now and pools now and eating asparagus, and y'all got private chefs, and y'all got locker rooms that look like the freaking first class on a freaking G5 jet. Talk about the facility changes at Florida. You went from going upstairs, walk across the street, because I got to leave 15 minutes earlier. Now, man, I can walk right out the locker room, man, walk right on the field.
Yeah, when we spring the other day, when we had one in the old facility where we had games at, and I was looking around. Looking around, I was like, man, it's just weird. Like, it is different. Like, and we never really understood how good we got it until like we in a different environment, and then people trying to get in the cold tub, hot tub, but it's there, but it's not as accessible as the other one at the new facility is. So it's like, I think it made everybody appreciate and realize what they got at the new facility.
I mean, speaking of appreciation, man, you talk about a guy like Billy Napier, who's really, really attention to detail. He really, really, I mean, from the food to the parking to making sure he really makes sure y'all boys are taken care of. And you know what it is, Keon, when a lot of times when the head coach asks, hey, man, what are y'all complaints? They going to listen, but they ain't going to do nothing. This man really listens to what you guys want, try to apply it. Talk about Billy Napier, him making sure he take care of you guys.
Yeah, Coach Napier, he came in and really fixed all the problems that's been going around. Like, he fixed them quick, honestly, with parking, food. He told us what he was gonna do, and he did it. Like, simple as that. He did it as fast as you could. That's just what that was. Like I mean, everybody was like, oh, okay, same thing Mullen been saying, same thing, but we'll actually see. But he actually did it, so
What Keon, what is it like being a senior, right? And you watching freshmen, right, trying to find their way. You saying, man, that was just me. Like you look at you look at how big their eyes are. Like they walking into practice, they nervous because they like, dude, I got to know these plays. I got to perform. And because people think 4 years, yeah, it's a long time, but in football, it's not. 4 years, it go like that. Like, what is it like watching somebody saying, man, that was just me 3-4 years ago, man, and now I'm comfortable in my skin no matter what the coaches throw at me.
yeah, it was it's crazy, man. The beginning of the spring, Tony used to be like, man, he was asking me all these questions, and then I used to tell him, but at the point I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop telling you because when I came in, they didn't tell me nothing. I just had to see it. So we go to practice. He like and then, like when periods end, we got to run the specific spots like for the next period. So he just looking like he don't know where to go. I was like, bro, just calm down, bro. Like you gonna mess up. We like I still mess up. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody mess up. Like you just gotta learn. Like I had to learn. Everybody go through it. People after you gonna have to learn. You feel me? Like I like, bro, just chill and calm down, bro. You gonna be okay. Like once you learn it, you good. But you still you're in the learning phase right now.
How cool is that for you to be able to tell him, bro, you gonna mess up? Like that's the problem with football is you worrying so much about not messing up, you're gonna mess up even more.
Messing
No,
up.
you're gonna listen, you're gonna mess up, but you can't keep messing up the same way. It can't be the same. It gotta be something different. Because you told him, look, bro, if I give you all the answers to the test, you ain't studying on your own. I'm gonna tell you certain stuff. But you got to know where you're supposed to be. You got to know what you're supposed to do. Because guess what? I'm not doing it for you. I got my reps. You got your reps. I'm not taking extra. This notion of, Keon, you want to take extra reps? Hell no. I want to take my reps, and I want him to take his. Talk about that though, Keon. Like how much did you think that helped him? Let him know. Hey, Tone, listen, bro. You gonna mess up. I don't know. Everybody does because I think the biggest thing about football is people think you got to be perfect every single play. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and the thing with Tony is he don't like messing up, so they make him just cause him to mess up more. I used to just tell him like, bro, like chill out, bro. Like you overthinking it. Like when you overthink stuff, it's gonna make it worse on you. Like just calm down. Like then he mess up. We tell him he mess up. He go to argue. No, I didn't. But yes, you did. Like and like he just oh no, it's just different. Like when a freshman coming in, I used to always argue about me not messing up. Like, well, y'all told me this and this and this, and I did it, and I still messed up. I felt like even they were just always at my neck. But when you the youngest in the room, it's so many people trying to teach you different stuff at one time, and you don't see it like that. You just feel like you just see it as everybody trying to be at you.
Man, I see old Hanson Hayden. I see old Arlis Boardingham. I see them boys trying to get a little bit more reps. Arlis reminds me a lot of you, man. Y'all ain't y'all are the exact same player. But when I see Arlis, I see a player that has a unique skill set like yours. What has your relationship been like with Arlis, man? Because I know people think, oh, I'm the best for my region. You like, yeah, well, I was the best for my region too. Like everybody in this room was a beast where we came from. When you look at a guy like Arlis, who what is your advice to him? Because I know I can kind of see sometimes it could be, I'm not saying it's overwhelming for him, but when he come to you and say, man, listen, yo, Key, man, I mean, what's the best way to run this route? Because it's one thing, route trees and blocking is one thing, but you got to execute it. Like, look, bro, you got to block. I know you giving up 20, 30 pounds sometimes to these DNs, so you got to block him, bro. And they ain't gonna, and listen, ain't gonna be no tackle help. All that stuff you see on TV, no, bro, you got to handle him. What is your advice to a guy like Arlis or Hayden when they come to you saying, yo, Zip, how do I do it? I know what I got to do, but what's the best way to get it done?
I mean, I feel like my thing is, if I'm like when I was young, my thing was like my first play going this spot, I got to like bring it because I know if I'm going this one, they finna bring it, and I just got to keep bringing it over and over again because I don't want to take a play off and they bring it, and I'm gonna be looking crazy. So like with all this, he understand now. Like last year, he really didn't understand. He was in the freshman. You feel me? He was in the little, but because it was new to him. But now I could tell it slowed down. He don't really ask too many like questions like that no more, like he used to. He just it'd be confused sometimes at little stuff, but it's stuff that he learned quick. But Artist good, man. I like Artist.
And listen, man, Coach Russ Callaway, man, obviously was on the staff last year. They moved into the tight end position. How has it been working with him? Because the thing about the tight end position, man, it grows every year, like from responsibilities to what they asking y'all to do. How has it been working out with Coach Russ?
Last year, he was on the staff, but I don't personally, I don't remember seeing.
Yeah. I'm about to say this too. So let me say this. He was on the staff last year. Keon, when he got introduced to Keon was like, "Hey man, how you doing? No, I've been here. Well, I didn't see you. That's how busy I be. It's not that you weren't here, Coach Russ, but I can guarantee you when he walked in the room, you was like, so what school you came from? Oh, I was here last year. You were here on Florida staff? Yeah. Well, hell, I didn't see you. So it's like a brand new a brand new interaction. But I can see like what talk about what it's like, because I mean I know his track record. I know he's been with the Giants and LSU. I know he was an OC at Sanford, Alabama. So he got some stripes on him. Because the first thing players do is we want to check you out too. Like we know you got hired, so let me check his resume. Alabama, LSU. All right, cool. He know what he's doing.
And so like when he first came into the meeting room, he was telling us about how he was on his team last year, and then I was like, he was on the team last year. Like I was like what you did last year. He told me everything he did. I was like, I don't remember seeing you at all, like at all. And I talked to some of the defensive guys that be like, Russ, y'all coach, y'all good. Like Russ, super smart. I was like, dang, I don't remember him. Like I don't remember from last year. So he first walked in. He wasn't our coach yet, but he was coaching us. So and then we first we just talked to Coach Napier, and he was asking us about Russ and like how we feel about him. So that's when we first got a clue that he was gonna be our coach. But at first it was just different. We didn't really have a way to feel about him because we were still trying to get to know him a little bit. So he coaching us, and then we'll talk, man. I don't know if he like Russ, like, because it's just a different vibe, like than the previous coaches we had, because we was with him for so long. So Russ, he got named the coach, and then we just started going from there. Russ a good dude though, man. I like Russ. I feel like he's a great coach, and he's super smart. He teaches us the way he teaches us is easy. Like we make us understand, it's way easier. It's like he slowed down the game.
I mean, even though he ain't coaching you, Zip, man, Coach Gonzalez is back. I mean, I know you knew him, but when how was it having him back, man? Because I mean, I remember when Coach Gonzalez left. I mean, because people talk about the relationship with your coach. The best relationship you're gonna have is with your position coach, strength coach, head coach. What is it like having Coach Gonzalez back, man? I even know Justin Shorten, I know old Pearsall and them boys like having old Coach Gonzalez back, even though Pearsall wasn't here the last time Coach Gonzalez was there.
Thing with Coach Gonzalez, like we was telling them, like the people that it's some receivers that was here when he left, so like he still know like Henderson and Frazier's, and they was just telling like Ricky them like he don't play, like he on his game, and like he like a old school. He remind me of old school coach. Like he be like after the series, come sit on the bench. Like if you don't come sit on this bench and talk to me about what happened, you ain't gonna play for me. Like that's how he is. Like so, it's just new to them. But to me, he always been he's been the same to me since he was here before he left. Like because he's not my coach, so I get a different interaction with him than his actual players do.
Keon, man, I turned on the Tennessee game last year, man. I said, oh, man, we got to do something, man. We need a spark, man. We need a spark. They just throw you the rock. It's up on the right sideline. Keon, get this thing. And all of a sudden, you know how you look, and I said, all right, Keon, man. I always say to man, break one, get you one. I always say, break one tackle, get you one. I said, oh, it's like you heard me, man. Break one, Zip, get in there. I said, oh, my God, Zip. My mom was going, she said, what's wrong with Zip? I said, he ain't playing, mama. He understand. Everybody's watching. My mama. Talk about that play, man, because to me, that's the epitome of you, like, in a sense to where I'll say Zip can make something normal look really, really exciting. Like this kid, because he got it. And obviously that wasn't like a coming out game for you. It was just a great play. When you caught the rock and you came out the first, was you like, bro, they're gonna have to do something to get me on the ground. I don't care if I got to go 90. I'm finna get in the zone.
That honestly, I don't even know. Like, my mind was kind of blank. I was really just running, to be honest with you. Like I feel like the thing with that, they was trying to tackle me high, and that's not like a way to get me there. So I feel like I was just running, and I really didn't even know it played out like that until I seen it after the game. Like that's all that was. I was just running.
What was that like though? So you go in the meeting room, right? Because obviously sometimes you could, you score, so your teammates gonna be excited, but you could tell, like, dude, what happened? Like, they're like, boy, what's, because your teammates let you know, boy, you going crazy out there. So when you go to the meeting room and you see it, do you go, man, all that happened? Like, all that happened, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know like that happened. Like, I remember like some stuff, but it's like some stuff was like a blur. Oh, that was a big moment of that game. The game was packed, loud. It was all kind of little feelings I was having at the moment.
2023, obviously we're gonna run the rock, right? We know what we got in the run game with that two-headed monster. With E.T. and Johnson. We got Pearsall back. You talk about Hendo, certain guys back, but the tight end position gonna be big, man. I know that. One thing I know about Billy Napier is this. Obviously, he got 1 year in. I remember him at LH, Louisiana. He want to use them tight ends. What can we expect from y'all, man? Because it's gonna be a group effort. And the reason why I say it is 2 brand new quarterbacks. Both of them are capable, whether it's Miller or Mertz, it don't matter which one. What can we expect from y'all as a group, though, Zip? Because I will say this. Y'all boys start producing like I know y'all can. That's going to make the offense even scarier, because then who do you double? Them safeties going to come up because of the run game, which is crazy. And then you're going to say, okay, let them get more guys up closer to the line of scrimmage. What does that mean for the tight end position when y'all boys can go out there and start making some plays in the passing game?
I mean, at first they just gonna leave us 1-on-1, but we got to take advantage of every opportunity to make it hard on the defense, because right now they probably don't look at us as like, oh, we got to worry about them, but we got to make them something that they're gonna have to worry about, and that'll make it easier on the whole offense. It's simple, like, period. Like, we make it easy on everybody else if we do our job right, because if we just gonna make the safeties in the defense something that they got to worry about. We can't do this, stack the box, because we got to worry about this tight end. We got to double this tight end. So that'll make the run game more better. Like
the Florida Gators in 2023 as a whole. Yeah, people gonna have something to say. Yeah, 2022 didn't go the way you want. I get it. You was in every game though. You was in every single game, even in Jacksonville. When it's what was it? 28-20 or whatever it was. Ooh, that sideline over there was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You saw it, you felt it, but we know it's a team down there in South Florida that talk a lot. I don't know why they talk so much. I really don't know why they talk so much down there in South Florida. It's a team over there on the Panhandle. Congratulations. They got a big dub against us. Took 4 years to do it. Cool. But I'm only worried about the team in Gainesville. What should forget Gator Nation for a second. What should y'all opponents expect out of y'all in 2023? Because I see y'all boys working, and I know that y'all got this. I mean, they sleeping on us, bruh. But I'm telling you, we gonna shock some people in 2023.
I mean, opponents gonna go off of last year. They gonna think what they want to think off of the last season, because that's just what they see. They don't know everything we've been cooking up lately. They don't know about the hard work, the early morning that we've been doing. So we just gonna have to go out there and shock them, like, and show them that what we've been doing, like, cause everybody gonna doubt us. Everybody been saying, oh, we gonna win 5 games and shit just like last year, or if not worse, like, we're not gonna win 6 games. We're not gonna make bowl games. We just got to go out there and do what we do, play together, and then everything gonna reveal itself.
Yeah, obviously people always talk about, man, people shouldn't listen to the haters. They shouldn't listen to the naysayers. And I go, it's not so much you listen to them, but they loud, boy. Them haters, they loud. They talk a lot. But most of them ain't never did anything as significant as what we do. Like, most of the people that talk about you don't play football, never play football, can't play football. But how do you use that as motivation? Because people are like, don't listen to them. Like, no, I'm listening to them because they coming to the game. If you had to designate yourself Florida fan or a hater, Like when you coming through the ticket office, it'll be more haters in the stand than you know because they always got something to say. How does Keon Zip, even though you ain't got nothing to prove, how do you use them to say, listen, bro, I'm gonna give y'all something to talk about? Because all y'all do is talk. All y'all do is talk. How do you use it as motivation?
I mean, with me, this is what I do. Like, depending if I not really after every game, I get on Twitter, and then on Twitter you can type your name in to see everything that's been said about you. Even if I feel like I played good, bad, okay, whatever. Like after every game, I get on Twitter, type my name in, and then I just be looking. I don't ever reply to nothing. I just look to see what's been said. Like I just look, and I remember like that's stuff you don't forget. Like people are being inboxed, but all players, it has been a time where they've got DMs from fans saying like you need to do better, you suck. Like all players that play, they've gotten those messages. Like in this generation, they've gotten those messages before, especially with Florida. Our fan base is kind of crazy, but I just feel like, man, you got to tune that stuff out. You can't let it bother you because once they see that when they in your head, that ain't really a good thing, like for you. But for them, they feel like they winning because they in your head. So you just got to tune that stuff out and keep going and stay focused.
I mentioned it earlier, Zip, man. You got these two new QBs, man. You know, Graham. You talking about Jack Miller, man. How them boys look to you, man? I know it don't matter to you who they stick out there, man. But what are your impressions on them boys? With the spring coming to an end, how did them boys look to you?
I honestly think they look good. I mean, everybody still got stuff to work on, but whoever's gonna be the quarterback, I just want them to when they go out there, handle the game, handle the environment. Don't let the environment handle you. You feel me? Like you let the environment get to you. That's when you start making bad plays, throwing interceptions, fumbles, I just go out there and control the game, and everything gonna work out. Everything gonna be all right. You go out there and just handle the game.
Man, I asked.
Don't get.
No, I was gonna say I had Kamari on here, right? I asked Kamari, and I'm gonna ask you too. You done been around Coach Spence, right? Coach Captain Chaos. That man got a super duper deep voice. He's always yelling. But you got this new D coordinator named Coach Armstrong. Man, I gotta ask them. I mean, who got the most juice out of Coach Armstrong and Coach Spence?
I'm gonna go with, from what I know, I'm gonna go with Coach Armstrong.
Coach Armstrong got more juice than Coach Spence.
Man, Coach Armstrong yelling every play. Yeah, he yelling. I'm gonna go with Coach Armstrong. He yell every play. Every play.
I mean, even though he on the defensive side, have you spoken with him? Like, what are your impressions of him? Because you know, when you coach in Florida, you got to have something about you. I don't care who you are, but you the D coordinator. You say he got more juice than Spence. Man, Spence out there dunking on Javon Dexter and all them boys when he out there. But you telling me Coach Armstrong yelling every play? You telling me he got that type of juice?
Yeah, man, yelling every play. So like, it's crazy because one day after spring practice, like some players getting the steam room, sauna. So I walked in the sauna after I got the cold tub. He was in there. So I'm like, we was just talking. It was a couple more players in there. We was just talking. A couple more coaches that was in there. It was like, Coach Armstrong, like, was asking him, like, wait, how old are you? Like, he say 28. 28? You're a D coordinator at 28? He was like, yeah. What route did you take to get it so young? He was like, he just took the same route everybody else has. God just blessed him at a young age, and he feel like he gonna be able to do it for so, like, he'll probably be one of the coaches that's done it for the longest because he started at a young age. 28, that's not normal to be a defensive coordinator at 28 years old.
How much did he relate to you? Just being able to sit in the sauna, because you ain't finna see. If a coach is in the sauna, he gonna make sure the players ain't. He gonna go when y'all not in there, like during the day. But the fact that he was able to answer, and then the fact that he was able to just answer questions, like, "Hey man, I'm 28 years old. God bless me. I took the same route, and I felt as though I was ready." Because you know, everybody want the money, but boy, you the D coordinator in Florida. Boy, everybody's watching you now. You probably the most famous D coordinator in the state. Take nothing away from Jacksonville Jaguars or the Buccaneers or the Dolphins. Boy, everybody, Florida is the flag. No. Let me say this. And this is, call me biased. Florida is the flagship university in the state, and it's the biggest brand in the state. Florida is the biggest brand, and you the D coordinator. Boy, he better go out there and sweat it out in that summer. He better sweat it out. Because when he get out there on that field, man, he gonna have to show and improve. But I've heard some great things about him. In a short amount of time, he said, I'm gonna make all the players I'm gonna make myself adjust to the players. I'm not gonna make them adjust to me.
You gotta come in and be yourself. You gotta stay and put your foot on the ground because you gotta make the players know that you here for business and not just they feel like they can run over you, because that ain't gonna be good. Like they ain't gonna want to learn from you. They feel like they can run over you. They ain't gonna better. They not gonna never hear you out or listen to you. They feel like they can run over you. So you just gotta come in and put your foot down and show them that you about business.
That's it, man. Before I let you out of here, man, you talked about Mom Dukes earlier, saying, "Look, Mom, I'm gonna go on all the visits, but I'm going to Florida, man." People don't understand the sacrifices that moms, dads, and parents, and siblings make to make sure Keon Zipperer get to see his dream of being a Florida Gator come to the forefront already in your senior year. But what do you say to your moms, man, especially with all the sacrifices she had to make behind the scenes to make sure you get to be where you at?
I mean, it's kind of different with me because my little brother, he kind of went through the same process, but he going to Utah. He go next month in May. So it's like me and him really talk about everything more than me and my mama. She just living a dream, if that's what I want to say. She just be chilling. But yeah, me and my little brother be talking about everything. Like I be telling him, like, once you get to school, like take care of your body. Like that's the number one thing. You got to take care of you. Like, because without your body, you can't do nothing. So I be telling him to take care of his body and then just put that work in. Everything is gonna play out how it's supposed to play out.
He is Keon Zipperer. We talking about, I call him double ER. Yeah, because I mean, listen, and I'm talking to them defensive players. I don't care if you play cornerback, safety, linebackers don't. Linebackers covering tight ends, that's laughable. They run with us, they don't cover. They just run and look for the ball, touchdown. Anyway, Zip, look, first, I remember when you first came into Florida, man, I said, this boy right here, you like me, man. I was a late bloomer too, man. It took me all the way to my senior year to finally show what I can do. I see that happening for you this year, man, and I'm not going to be surprised. I'm like, who's Zip? I said, the dumbest thing you can do with an athletic tight end is give him one-on-one. That's the dumbest thing you can do because he gonna expose whomever, but I know you're going to make him respect you. I'm gonna have to go to Lakeland. I'm gonna go to Lakeland, and I'm gonna get some of the water, and I'm gonna let my son drink it because I don't know what the hell going on in Lakeland. But if you from Lakeland, you can do whatever you want to do. Football, basketball. These boys putting them out. Listen, I am being true. He is Keon Zipperer. We call him double ER, representing the best position in sports. The tight end position is the best because we can do it all. Ask Dante Sanders, who's now a tight end, what's better out of tight end and defensive end. He gonna tell you that boy lost weight to play that tight end position. Dante know what it is, but Dante, Arliss, Hanson, Jonathan. But I'm watching double ER, first game of the year. Oh my God, your brother going to Utah. So that means you get to go out there to see him first game. He made the wrong decision. That's all I'm gonna say. But I wish him the best, Keon, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You know I'm gonna be watching, man. Appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you, my man.
Appreciate it.